and deep bothered with us. Now don't blame me much that he called him in the head, but the meanest thing that he ever did. Before he left, he went and named me a suit. Well, it must have thought it was quite a joke, cause I got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had fight my whole life through. Some guy would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Susie. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fist got hard and my wits got keen. They roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, and just honky-tonks and bars, and killed that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I thought my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. There was no saloon on the street of mud, and there were a table dealing stud. Sat the dirty mangy dog with named me Sue. Well, I knew that I seen the old picture that my mother had had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and that evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold. And he said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went up and to my surprise, he cut him up and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and he crashed through the street and down the walls, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I gotta tell you, I fought terror, man, but I can't really remember when. Kicked like a mule and fought like a crocodile. I heard him laughing and I heard him cuss. He went for his gun and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and smiled. He said, "Son, I know this world is rough, and I knew a man's gonna make it. You gotta be tough. I knew it, and we wouldn't be there to help you through." So I gave you that name and said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And that's the name that helped make you a strong man. Yeah. He said, "You know, I just fought a hell of a fight, and I know you'd hate me, and you've got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you gotta thank me before I die for the guts and the gravel in your spit, cause I'm a SOB named you Sue." Well, what could I do? I got all choked up and threw my gun down and caught my ball, and he called me son. And I couldn't come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try. And if I ever have a son, I'm going to name him Bill or George or Melton. Anything but Sue. Yeah.